So let's look at one of the users in the system. So we come down to the voice section and we go to the user accounts. In this demonstration, we're going to modify user 202. The first thing that needs to be done is you have to enable the feature. So keep in mind, I'm logged in as an administrator. I want to come to the user account and then go to the current settings tab here, and I want to enable Find Me, Follow Me. Now in this drop-down list, there's two versions. There's a basic version and an enhanced version. Basically, enhanced is the feature I described of being able to transfer the call back from your mobile phone back to a desk phone or back to any other telephone number that you dial. It takes the enhanced feature to do that. The basic feature eliminates the ability to be able to transfer the call back to the desk or any other number. So in this case, we're going to enable the enhanced version. All right. Now that you've enabled it, you'll notice that the Find Me, Follow Me tab over here lit up. So if I turn that off again, you'll see that it's grayed out there when it's not enabled. So with it enabled, that tab goes active. Now before you go off to Find Me, Follow Me, you do need to change the call coverage. And call coverage defines what happens when, after X number of rings, where does the call go? And so in this case, you see that by default, the users in this system are all using a call coverage list called Go to Voicemail. And that was simply a list that after X number of rings, the calls will go to the user's voicemail box. So to activate this, we're going to go to Custom List. And now you have a choice of ringing the desk phone a couple of times or just going right to Find Me, Follow Me. I personally like mine to ring a couple of times because I might be in the office, so I might ring it 2 times first, and then I want to use Find Me, Follow Me. So you see the options here were Call Coverage or Find Me, Follow Me. So if we're using Find Me, Follow Me, we're going to switch that to Find Me, Follow Me. If you're using system modes in the system for automatically or manually setting the system between day mode, night mode, lunch mode, or weekend mode, you also would need to change the relevant modes to match. So in this case, maybe at nighttime, you want the system not to ring, say never ring, and then go right to voicemail. Maybe I don't want it to go right to Find Me, Follow Me at nighttime. So I can say go to voicemail instead. But during the daytime or the default mode, we're going to ring the phone 2 times, then go to Find Me, Follow Me. Now let's go to the Find Me, Follow Me tab. The first thing that you'll see under Find Me, Follow Me are 3 lists. These are our call lists or contact groups that we refer to them in the system. So the first is a priority list. We also have a black list, and we have an everyone list. Most of the times you're going to be configuring the everyone list. What the priority list is a way for you to define a different call sequence on the Find Me, Follow Me based on a user's telephone number. So maybe it's your boss, or maybe it's the CEO of the company. The way you would enable that is drop this calling party number list down and add that user's telephone here. So you can see in this system I was playing around, and I had, whenever user 201 called me, I had it ring extension 203. That could be any option I want, and I'll show you more of those. But maybe it's your boss in there, so you want to add a telephone number, and it might be 256-555-1001. That might be your boss's mobile telephone. It could be their desk phone. It could be their home office phone. You'll add that in there. Now we have these numbers will take effect for this particular group. And I could have multiple groups if I'd like. So this is one priority group. I could have another priority group just by adding another contact group, and I can call that something else. So I could say priority 2, and then have another set of users have different treatment. All right, so let's go back to the first priority. All right, so we've talked about adding the users into that. Now we want to pick what happens. So I want to ring, in this case, let's have them ring 202, which is the extension I'm normally answering. And then I also, instead of a then, I want to pick and ring. Let's do ring extension 203. And this number of rings here, this is seconds. So 24 seconds. So a ring cycle is about 6 seconds. So that's about 4 rings. And then, as you can see, if it's on and, these are both going to happen at the same time. And then if that doesn't happen, then go to voicemail. And if I wanted to define another mailbox, such as maybe the general mailbox, I could type in another mailbox number, or my mailbox, or I could just leave that blank and that defaults to my mailbox. Now, what about everybody else? So this is your treatment that you want to do for all callers calling you. We give you options to play ringback only. We give you an option to record the caller's name. Courtesy greeting tells them that they're, please wait while we locate your party. And then the voicemail greeting option will tell them that they can press any key to transfer right to the mailbox. But you notice these are grayed out, and they will be grayed out if you have ringback only on, because to the caller, this just sounds like normal ringback. So if you want to customize that, uncheck that, and then you set these options, record caller's name. And once the phone, in this case, I had my phone ringing 2 times and then going to Find Me, Follow Me. At that point, that's when the caller is prompted to record their name, and then when they quit talking, it'll then start finding on the other telephone numbers, and then it will play that caller's name. You could also select who gets the treatment. I could say all callers, or maybe I just want to do this for internal callers, or maybe I just want my Find Me, Follow Me for external callers. So you've got several options there, and then you could also say include unidentified callers in there as well. And that's where you could define another treatment list for unidentified callers as well. And in the list of the options, so you see here I've got it ringing extension. Well, how do we ring the cell phone? So we'll say, in my case, I like it to continue to ring my desk, but I also want it to ring the cell phone. So we'll say ring external. And you can optionally put the 9 if you're used to doing that. You can do that, but you don't have to. You can just put the 10-digit phone number. And that will call the phone for 24 seconds. If you want to increase that, maybe you could do that, maybe to 30 seconds. And right here you see the press to accept. So again, this is what keeps the call from landing in the mobile phone's mailbox. And then if you, basically when you answer the call on the mobile, if you choose not to accept the call or you just hang up, then it goes to the next line here, and that would be go to voicemail or wherever you want to send it. You've got several options here. You could go to voicemail. Referring the call to, that is a blind transfer. So if you just wanted to immediately transfer that call off, at that point, it's out of the Find Me, Follow Me sequence once it gets referred away. You could send an email notification. So maybe you want to get an email of the caller's name and number, or maybe you want to send that email to your SMS address of your mobile phone. You have that option as well. And then, again, ring external or ring extension. And you don't have to have just 2 items here. You can keep filling out this list and add as many options as you would like to this list. So maybe I want to ring another external number. Maybe I want to ring my home phone. Okay, so now it's going to ring my home phone. And again, if I want to put the press to accept on there, I can. And that's sometimes good if you're sending it to your home office and you have young children at home that typically might answer the phone. This is a way for the call not to get answered immediately and then go to voicemail. That's how you enable it. And so again, these are the priority groups, and you can make as many of those groups as you would like. Some people don't like to have all these priority groups in here, and they'll just go in here and delete them. So get on the certain tab you're on and hit delete contact group, and that'll take that group out. Now, one last one I didn't talk about is a blacklist. And a blacklist is maybe it's a person that you don't want to take calls from, or you want to define some type of treatment for that caller. This is a way for you to identify a telephone number, and then if it is an undesired contact, maybe rather than, let's say it's a disgruntled employee, maybe you want to have that call then transferred to the HR department at work. So you could say refer call to the HR number of 2000 or 210, and at that point the call is gone whenever that particular caller calls in. And again, this is where you define their number. So you type in that caller's number, and I could say 256-555-3001. I'm going to say this is the unwanted caller. Hit add, and now so I've got a list in there that lets me keep up with that caller's name.